January 5, 2023. Wow. Whew. It's getting crazy, folks. Kelly J. Broughh. 2023 01/05, today's date. When you understand what pattern matching is, when you understand when people enter the race, no matter if their names are being indexed alphabetically, it's already been established. And when you think about Kelly and all of her bloviated promise of Denver, and I said all this stuff, folks. Why do you think you see this? But see, she's so good that she can bullshit these people and, oh, it's just some SEO stuff he does. No, I pattern matched your voice to everything you've done for the last 10 fucking years, Kelly. Because everybody told me you were going to run for mayor. Everybody. And we all knew it. And see, what happened is I stayed with it. I didn't change. I didn't deviate. I didn't put no spin on nothing. And so when you leave the J at a job, you get nothing. And so when you think about Kelly's bloviatedness, like the AS, Kelly J Brough, Brough, is the president and CEO of the Denver Metro Chamber of Commerce, where she made, yep, that's right, $474,000 a year with a retirement package, some say, or the same amount of money, because that's what Denver seems to give all the people that have been politicians and directors of these 501(c)(3)s, the same pension as what they got paid for the annual salary. And that also means that Kelly was the chief of staff, whoa, for the city and county of Denver under the decay mayor, Hickenlooper. And I say decay because when you look at the way digital technology is and how we index everybody, so that if we were standing in front of a judge, we could show the judge that that person is just a talker, has never built anything, and in fact has went to other candidates' websites and stole their content and tried to use it and reverse engineer the speech. And what they did is they left a digital, not only a digital ISP print, because that's your other fingerprint, but your voice. So if you talk out loud, if your cell phone's next to you and you're on your computer, guess what? Node connection. They do it through your server, your internet provider, whatever it is you do use to get to your internet. And then you think about Kelly Brough, longtime CEO. And you got to remember, under Kelly, $100 million deficits every time she worked, every year, folks, until he went up to governor, and he had the same deficits. And so in the real world of metaverse, in the real world where everything has to be precise, just like those engineers that build the spacecrafts and the satellites, precision, and now it's all digitalized. And so now what we do is when a person like Kelly comes in and she starts bloviating, if Kelly, if she didn't have the ASOI bullshit listing up there, which we know, it's all true. I indexed it. I was running for mayor. I indexed the fucking city council meetings. All I had to do was turn on the fucking camera. Well, now we don't have to do it with cameras. Now we just do it direct. And I'm the bad guy. And so when you think about August 15th and how this really is important to her bloviated bullshit. Like, also, who is this? What does she really look like? That's what people say. I know what she looks like. Was she this, or is she this? Or is this her grandmother? Or is this her daughter? Grandma, daughter, or same person? I don't know. You never know with that. That she could be a total different Kelly J Brough. And she's just sworn into it. So I don't know, because that's quite a different look. You know what I mean? Hairdos can do everything. But no cheese in this picture. You know why she ain't smiling? Because she's been had. And here's where the hadness comes from. In August 15th, she made the announcement that she's going to run for mayor. She submitted her paperwork, her municipal candidate affidavit, which she was the only one and the first one to get a PhD. Why? Because we were monitoring, we were observing, and we were indexing when the first person was going to get that PDF. We sent out a quick email to Paul Lopez and to the other various people within the elections, and we questioned it, and they came back with some bullshit fucking answer. And nothing got done. So if you do Kelly Brough PDF, Ian Thomas Tafoya PDF, and Marcus Giavanni PDF, now they might be up there, but I've already videotaped it where it wasn't, and I've been doing it consistently for a long time. So if they try that shit goes backwards and or goes up to where my content is. So those who are really doing the looking, they see all my content and just theirs. I boxed them in. That's a complete assault on that digital block of their assets, explaining what they're doing in regards to whatever it is that content block holds, whether it's a video, an image. In this case, it's an image, it's a PDF file, and then just text. But here it is. On August 15th, last year, Kelly Brough resigned from the chamber to work at the Metropolitan State University as the Chief Strategy Officer. And that position was made just for her at the Metropolitan State University by the outdated red-lip pig herself, Janine Jameson. And when you look at her time in 2017, I indexed her too. Not very hard when you just got to call a little whoop whoop, you know? So it's that whoop whoop that these people do that makes them smell like po-po in the digital world. See, in their world where they're at, their mortal world, they control it all. Those people are just gods to the people that surround these people, like Kelly and all her fucking minions. You know what's going to happen to them after this election if they are able to pull off the biggest scam fucking election? Because you have to wonder, if you're a judge and you're thinking, okay, well, look, I'm going to decide these elections. And when I think about Marcus Giavanni not getting a PDF, but yet Ian Tafoya, who sits on the ballot committee to make sure that those ballot machines are counting correctly. Hello? McFly, are you there? Hello? McDenver, are you there? He's hitting you in your faces and you don't even know it. I'm going to go off into my bullshit life. Working with people that are bullshit? No, I don't have to do that. That's why my life ain't bullshit at all. It's 100% real. It's unsimulated. I reversed everything that these people talk about. I set up a web that's going to suck all these people in to the dark web. And so when you think about her on August 15th, now here it comes. When the announcement was made, we got an alert. I went on it personally. And based on the information, excuse me, that we had, Kelly knew for a long time because she sits on other committees within all that node-connected bullshit of who they think controls Denver. And right now, the fact that they're circumventing the Speer Amendment, you know, the good thing, the noble thing would be to not just quit and let them do their thing, and then present the evidence to the appropriate people, and they're not going to have any choice for the matter, because it'll go for a judge, and when the judge sees that I have the analytical answer to a lot of the fucking sources that are causing Denver to lose its city beautiful status, causing Mayor Webb, Honorable Mayor Webb, I loved him. I followed everything he did, man, but I didn't realize how corrupted the government is and their Democratic control. Denver, Democratic control, which on this next election, Denver will be indexed as an illegitimate government. We gave them 3 strikes. This is the fourth. This is the fourth one. They're at the bat for the new year, and this is the one that's going to sink them because all I had to do was 3 and walk away, and this would have all done its own thing. But I like Denver, man. Some people are pretty fucking mean that need to be pummeled right on the spot. Pummeled. Especially those who, you know, think they're tough and they're old man. Shit. I don't think I'm tough, folks. I just defend myself. That's it. I'll defend myself. If there's 10 guys there and they're going to fucking beat on a 63-year-old man and make them feel like, man, guess what? Hey, I'll take the beating because what's coming for you, boys. You don't beat on shamans, man. And I don't tell too many people, but I'll tell you what, when I saw Ian Tafoya do that little ritual with the bag lady, you mean to tell me that bag lady that was burning the incense, why Ian Tafoya stood there with his hands open looking like the biggest fucking troll bitch around? He's the verified troll bitch, man. He's the first one. He gets to put down, he's the first Latino verified troll bitch. And when you think about Lisa Calderon and him, and he runs the Latino forum so that Leslie or Lisa Calderon, excuse me, could go and work for and be the mama hen over Candy C. Baca, which she said, no, I don't need a mama. I got one. You ain't gonna tell me what to fucking do. I don't care about your experiences. I ran for office. This is my office. I have to learn from my mistakes. I'm definitely not going to use your mistakes because then you should have ran. And oh, I get it. That's why you're here, so that you could go tell everybody you were my chief of staff. Well, guess what? You're fired. Get the fuck out of here. That's what happened. That's what I was told. Now, I don't know, but if you know a true socialist like Candy C.D. Baca, she ain't going to mix words, folks. Okay? That's one thing about them socialists. They'll tell you the fucking truth. Even though it's bad truth. Yeah, we're going to come and take all your money and we're going to just give it to all the illegals that just came so they can keep voting this same thing in your city beautiful. And you see how I have it? Colorado, man. The state. We're the capital of Colorado. We're just a flagship of the mothership. And when you understand how those authorities ships work when you're writing organic content like I've been writing for 12 fucking years, and it shows. And when I cuss, folks, I'll tell you what, I'm 63 years old, heavy metal guy. So all the people that cussed and were offended back in 60, those same people that throw rocks at you, they cuss too. And the ones that don't cuss and don't do anything wrong, that never sin because they think they're going to heaven, you're not, because you're not a sinner. I mean, things are very simplified when you put artificial intelligence in the mix. It takes out all human emotions. Because the internet's a tyrannical beast. It feeds on the emotions and habits of humans. I've been saying it for years. A decade, over a decade. And so I watch these media people come in and these other people, and when they do Google searching of things that they want, and I come up, oh shit, but they got people that write for them, and they can't do it themselves. And then when they learn, they just planted their seed today. So if a guy who's 22 just planted his seed today, it's going to take him 30 years, my age, to get to where you've created life experiences in order to talk your experience in that category and subject to what a person only read in a book and never experienced. He has no authority. Bye-bye. Oh, look at Johnny. There he is. He's coming to town. What? Oh, he's going to talk about drowning. Did he drown? No. Oh, you want to see that guy? He's at the other place. But this is Johnny, man. You know, he talks about how if he was going to save somebody, how he would jump in and how he would do it. Yeah, but I want to talk to a real guy that drowned. Oh, you want to go that? Don't go over there. I'm not going there. Why do you want to hear about a guy that drowned? I'd rather hear about a guy who's going to go save someone that drowned. So anyways, like the Brookings EDU, they're washed up, man. The Brookings Institute. Fuck off. When I get done with you guys, you're not even going to be around, man. Our best college is going to be. See, that should have Denver Metropolitan State University up there. And the thing about it is, I could put us there, and I'll kick Brookings out. I'll do the reverse because her name's on that, and wherever her name is tagged now is bad juju. Her name, Kelly J Brough, is a fucking negative keyword in my metaverse, and it shows. Because everything that she says she can do, I've already said it. I have talked to the best people, the most educated people you can fucking talk to. Obviously, because there I am to the right of the left of Kelly. She's a washed up pig with red lips. And Obama said it, and I know why he said it, because she made $474,000 a year. He didn't say it directly to her, but if he would have known that back then, that she made more money than him, I don't think he'd be saying, you go, girl. I think he'd be saying, wait a minute, man. You're taking all my shit, all my words, and you're making more money? No, that's trifling. Trifling. And where were you trying to stick up for me or my family when they were talking bad about my wife? Yeah, where were all those Democrats? Because, see, they don't have to fight something that they know is not true. That's what. If the Democrats were democratic capitalists, that would be the wherewithal. But you're not going to get there with the same old people that are running the fucking government into the ground, not knowing that they're just a little while. Their hourglass based on 80 and all that. They're way past the prime. They're going to go to their next life. And I can tell you folks right now, Nancy Pelosi and all those senators and all, you think that for those that don't support those people, you think God, if you wouldn't allow that to happen and you're not going to vote for it, and God gave man free will, all of us, so that we can be judged when we die. And that is where the Holy Spirit and all that other stuff kind of blends in. But for the sake of the atheists, ask Zuckerberg. Ask him. He didn't pray to God. He didn't believe God. He didn't believe in the devil, because there's no God. There can't be a devil, right? So what did Mark Zuckerberg do to create Facebook? He worked his fucking ass off. When everybody was going to the parties, he stayed home and worked and worked and worked and just mind bogged his brain and worked with other people, and then they created what they created. And then he started coming out. This was the problem and the downfall of all those apps. And they don't know it yet. But if you've got money in those apps, folks, I'm telling you, CNN now trying to change their ways. That's because they finally are listening, and what's going to happen as soon as they start saying, oh, we're going back to the middle. We're going to go ahead. You know what's good for it, news? Is they can. And if they do it, all those sins that they did, they're still going to be held accountable. They're not just going to do it overnight, and that's where they're going to lose their shareholders. Because you're starting your seed now. You need to go to the one seeds that have been talking about it like I have. Colorado Politics for Denver Right News, GP7A News. I started GP7A in 2006, folks. Do the math. That is a very valuable asset. I haven't even worked it, because now what happens is these are assets that I've created for my family, so that when this thing takes off, I'm going to rent it back to the citizens of Denver. They're going to control it, not the city to come in and fuck it up, or after I die in a few generations they flip it back so that they can all have power. You just need 3 election cycles. You have to stick with 3 election cycles, and that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go retire and prepare to die, because I'll be an old motherfucker then. And when my language hurts you and how I speak, It's what I've been hearing for 12 years, garnishing petitions that in 2015 I made it, came in second. The media writes me off as perennial, and those people that did that, we know who they are. I've indexed them, and they're headed to the dark web. And when they finally, and the funny thing is, they won't know it. But when people that own the entities know that they've been tagged already, it's going to bring down their value. This is what social credit system scores and rankings, and this is what I've developed, folks. I haven't even showed it because it's not even. It needs more brains. It needs people in Denver that know and believe in the right thing, do the right thing. And Robert W. Speer needs to be honored again. He died in office with the influenza, the 100-year flu pandemic, and look what came around. So how do we know that pandemic, when he died, wasn't caused by some type of virus they called the flu? They weren't so in 1918. They weren't really as affluent as they are now, with medical procedures and stuff, and names and what they're going to call it. It was just a flu, 100-meter. He died, our mayor, Honorable Mayor Speer, who saw, as a Democrat, the dangers of a partisanship government, which Denver Democrats have taken over. And the identifiers like Susan Barn Geltz and Patty Lamb, or Dottie Lamb, sorry, and Lisa Calderon, and Leslie Herod, who's been indexed as a woman that has no allegiance, only to herself, her blackness, her womanness, and her lesbianness. She's been pattern matched as a House senator who took a step down, making promises in a digital world, because when you're on the internet, Leslie, you're in digital, you're in the metaverse. And depending on who's been controlling the metaverse under the mayoral candidate position, you're going to find yourself in a washing machine effect of just going in circles. And why people who don't need to follow me, they don't need to click on my stuff. And when your people click on my stuff and other people, they say, oh, he's only got 3 people. You don't know what I fucking got. But one thing for sure is I got the front page, man. And it's written the way it needs to be written to wake up the people of all Denver, so that we can kill fucking partisanship fucking politicians once and for all. No offense, because you're Denver citizens, and you're going to be able to rock your world when you go and work, find the ideas that we're going to be spreading. You're going to go, wow, we got it. Denver's it. Denver's it. Denver's it, folks. I'm telling you, man. I love Denver so fucking much, man. I don't know why. I heard them in movies when I was growing up in the 60s and watching My 3 Sons, about a single dad and 3 boys, and The Rifleman, a single dad with a boy, wife died. Fathers knows best. That's what fathers did, man. And they're gone. My dad's gone. My dad was just like that, man. But he had a wife. Or how about Leave It to Beaver? That was the ultimate. Or how about Ozzie and Harriet Nelson? The Nelsons. Isn't that fucking ironic? My name's Nelson. And we had a fucking life just like that. We lived that life. My mom dressed up for dinner. My mom had Oscar parties at her house, and she'd play piano for some very affluent people in Phoenix. My mom read sheet music, and she could play anything on a piano. And then she had her friend who could play piano, and they would just do some dueling stuff that I would just cry because I was so amazed that music just would, out of all things in my life, that music just enlightened me and made me, I could hear things. It triggered things in my mind that other things would close down in my mind, and listening to other people telling me I can't do that. You're too young, and everything was, you're always too young. I was very young looking, folks. I mean, when I was 21, people thought I was 12. I didn't start shaving until I was 30. I don't even know if I grew any hair on my hands yet. I mean, well, the problem is that I watched my daughter and her friends and some of them committed suicide over the COVID thing. Where we have any. I've done the algorithms, and it's dangerous. My daughter's in a very dangerous way right now, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. And when I'm mayor, I'm going to tell everybody what's been going on. And there's some little, when you think of little babies, 2, 3, 4 years old, getting caught up in the Denver Health and Human Services plague of death, plague of destruction, Monica Jackson. And when it's all operated by a magistrate judge who has a history of foul play, foul odor, in the digital world, and yet all the judges don't do nothing. Well, what happens is you all get indexed. And when people start learning about how to vote the judge out, except the same people have been voting the same judges in all the time. There's more people that don't vote the judges out than vote them in, because I've heard it. I almost got in a fight defending my right to petition over some guy that said I don't have no right to even approach him. And he was a lucky man. Very lucky, folks. I mean, it wasn't good. I went through every move I could to where I could just... But then I had his woman, and I know she'd have been pulling my hair and pounding on me, and then I would have had to knock her the fuck out, and then I would have gotten in trouble for hitting a woman. You don't hit a woman. You don't hit a woman. Well, you know what? If a woman hits me, I'm going to hit her to defend myself. And that's that. And I've never hit a woman. So, that's that. And has woman's hit me? Yeah. But I was taught don't hit a woman. But this instant, it would have been, those two people, man, like you see on TV, and where the guy came out of the store or walked up to him, the guy just went off on him, the girl went off because they weren't on their meds, and or they just getting off of some crystal meth, go off on you, man. They went off on me, and I just had to take it because I was being running for mayor. How would it look if I defended myself to a guy that was yelling at the top of his lungs, and when I was telling him, hey, you need to back down. Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me, motherfucker? Is that what you're doing? He was whipping his hand in my face, and I knew that he was just all talk, and I knew that one of my moves I wanted to do so bad because he was so close is just reach my left foot, step on his front feet, grab his lapels, and we're going down, dude, with my elbows in a butterfly position, and I'm gonna hit your solar plex, and I'm gonna come down on you so hard that your back of your head's gonna go back and hit that fucking asphalt, and you'll crack your cranium and you will die. I will get up, look at you, and go, see, fucker, I told you to stand away, and you kept getting close, throwing your face, and I just thought you were gonna really hit me, so everybody saw it. The cops would come. They'd say, oh, this guy beat up an old man. Oh, in fact, he's older than me. You know how I know? Because he told the guys that he was some dude. He goes, I'm 45 years old, man. I don't need this bullshit no more. 45, dude? I'm 63 years old. If I would have known you were 45, I would have kicked your ass. Just kidding. But that's the point, folks. I was being assaulted like when I walked to work at the Equitable building. A couple of those dudes, I had no choice but to fuck them up. And while they were laying there on the ground, all fucked up, no weapons, I had my knife on me. I don't need knives, man. Because if I bring out a knife, somebody's getting filleted. So it stays where it stays. Because when it's arm-to-arm combat, man, at least you live to tell another day. You start bringing out the weapons, and someone's going to die. Someone's going to get hurt. The guy that's dead leaves the guy that's alive who's trying to defend himself the one that's going to prison, because everybody feels bad for the one guy because he has all the records, he had all the things to stay the fuck away from, had all the police shit. But the other guy who had the same shit, but it was all made up because he was a different flavor type of person. See, that's racial profiling, folks. You need a little profiling, but when it gets into the same cop, see what I can do. This is what the police don't want us to do. They don't want to hold their people accountable. That's why they're the police. That's why they're the best. That's why they can do whatever the fuck they want. Fuck you. You're going to jail, bitch. So we have to stop that mentality that it has to go, because now artificial intelligence will size those people up. And what happens is they're used as a model so that virtual machines that have learning capabilities, artificial intelligence, can look for those traits in younger people by using the devices and watches and all the other shit they use, all their habits and locations and conversations and emails and text messages, all get stored in the cloud. And then artificial intelligence can, based on what I built, is the ultimate HR guy. Because right now, I'm telling you, I don't want to be mayor, folks. I need to be mayor. Am I the smartest guy in the fucking room? Well, with these candidates, fuck yeah. But can you imagine, guys? Can you imagine when you get some really smart people that have post-traumatic stress like I got? Having to take care of my children by myself as a single dad since 2012, with them taking all the different, any kind of money that I'm going to get, they take it all. So I don't get money. You ain't taking money. I would rather eat dog food than to give Denver Health and Human Services any more fucking spin. And I'm telling you, I might not be able to do anything about Magistrate Karen Hoover, but when she hits the mortal world, there ain't nothing the courts can do to protect her. So she might have immunity from any type of prosecution, but she will not have any immunity from the artificial judgment that's coming her way when she gets out of, when they finally kick her ass out. And then they're going to have to go and open up all her cases. And the good news is they'll have to use me in my program so that I can scan every one of those documents, everything that they have on that case file. I'll pattern match it to mine, and there's keywords in those documents that will match mine, that'll lead me to believe that something heavy went down in that thing. Then the second step is now to go and take that theory and those predictions and make it reality. Take it next level. Just like you're seeing now, like with Kelly Brough for mayor. Believe in the promise of Denver. I've been saying that. Let's build a better future together. See, I was telling people, let's build a better future Denver together. So every year, this is I was talking about a Denver metropolis back in 2011. I think I had a Facebook page. It's not there anymore. I don't know what happened to it. When I found out that they manipulate their algorithms, I never used Facebook again. I do not go on there. I do not use it. And when I see it trending, that's because people are clicking on it, and Facebook is paying to have that up there. And then when Facebook does that, because I don't use it, my content migrates to it. And so when like newspapers and them use my name as a tag, they don't know that I've already written content about every fucking administrator in those news media, ABC, CBS, NBC. They have no clue that legally I can flip a fucking switch, a click. It looks like a switch, but it's really a click in the digital world, and they will be going immediately to the dark web, and they won't even know that they're there. That's beautiful, man. The only thing they know is that all the things that they were invited to starts to dry up. People don't call it. It could be a slow drip, real slow drip, I mean, depending on what you've done. The worse you are, the slower the drip. Where you're just a little bit of a problem, you get kicked out right away. Fuck it. We're not even gonna let you grow. You know what I mean? So any salmon swimming in the other direction, guess what? You're getting the fuck out of our waterways. Take Ian Tafoya too. That guy's a piece of shit. That guy tried to be my friend. Came over to my office in the Equitable building. Had him on my radio show. You don't remember that. I got it on tape. And we were talking about Earth Day and all this stuff, and that his birthday's on Earth Day. And so I did some stuff in 2018 to show him, hey, this is what I'd do. Little did I know that punk ass bitch. God, man, I fucking dude. If we were in high school, Ian Tafoya, I don't know if you know my high school story, but you're just another Ronald McFucking Donald, dude. That's what you are. Even though you're a verified troll bitch, in my world, if we were in high school, you're just another Ronald fucking McDonald, bro. And right now, this is all about protecting the lives of our children, and your fucking butterball and bean, taco eating, burrito stuffing mouth bitch. You're just teaching our kids to get fluffy like you, man. And let me ask you something, Ian. When you had that bag lady burning those incense and you had your arms out like you were Jesus Christ, like you were going to levitate, I was waiting. Levitate, dude. I want to see a picture of levitation. Oh, that's right. You don't know how to do that. And if you did know how to do it, you should have shouldn't show anybody, and you wouldn't show anybody. I know that for a fucking fact. People that know how to do that stuff and that are shaman, they don't show it. They don't have to show it. When they do show it, they lose it. But my thing was, you didn't levitate. You weren't holding your arms correctly. And then you had a bag lady that I guess had a huge bag with her while she tried to do your incense thing. And I looked at that and I said, shit. The almighty Mr. Denver has some type of a bag lady who evidently, out of all those people there holding the signs and everything, go Ian, 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 believe in Ian, believe, gaga, goo, goo, ooh. Fuck off. She couldn't find anybody to hold her bag. And that was the picture that was taken that showed the fraudness in that punk-ass troll bitch. And that is the beginning of that story.